OG, we OG, Ordinal G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Runes is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, is my guy for real, bro? Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, like it in the steel. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nookies on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me. Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it stop? Nobody knows. It's a revolution, ayy. Bitcoin is the one, no substitution, ayy. With Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystem. What's up, guys? We have an amazing show for you guys today. We're live for the Ordinal Hour, and this one is going to be amazing, guys, because in just a few hours, Bitcoin will be breaking 100K again. I'm really betting on that. I think that you're around 3:30, 4 o'clock. We're going to see Bitcoin back over 100. We're going to have a 100K weekend, and we're just going to be chilling. And then we have Monday. What comes Monday? Well, we have the Microsoft vote to add Bitcoin to their reserve, right? This is going to be absolutely massive if they say yes to this, because yes, they're not going to buy right away, but everyone is going to front run them. Everyone's going to front run them. They're going to make them buy at 120, and I truly believe we're going to be at 140 by the end of this month. It's going to be an absolutely insane next couple weeks, guys. You need to be paying attention. You need to be paying attention to not just Bitcoin's price, but runes, ordinals, Merlin, fractal, stacks. Like, this is the ecosystem that's going to benefit the most from Bitcoin hitting that 140, which I think is going to be a couple weeks. Could be wrong. Yagobi thinks we're going to hit, between 110 and 120. I'm a little bit less conservative than him. I'm willing to put it out there. We will be up 40% December, putting us at that 138, 140 number. I'm bullish. I can't wait for Plan B's new dot. But without further ado, let me bring in my partner here, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What's up? TGIF, baby.
What's up, man? So, next week is going to be pretty monumental, to say the least.
Yeah, I agree. I think next week is a lead up, but I don't think we start to see the fireworks really until probably the 12th, 11th, maybe right after that claim, we'll start to see things pump in our ecosystem, right? But I think in terms of like Bitcoin and the entire thing, I think in the middle of this month is like perfect timing for that.
100%. We did have a bad day yesterday. Bitcoin dropped 6K in 4 minutes, liquidating $300 million. It's like, it's a little snowball that kind of rolls into his giant downhill momentum. Pretty nuts. How do you feel about what happened yesterday? And do you think that was like maybe some exchanges kind of getting some money, stealing from its users?
I think it's just the natural kind of evolution of greed being taken care of in the short term, right? So you have a lot of people that are just loading up on these longs that they're not very experienced, or they just are mesmerized by Bitcoin's run past to 103,000, right? But I mean, if you take a look, I mean, it was an obvious like liquidation move, or hitting stop losses as well, right? Because when you hit stop losses, you still make money because they're giving up money just to get out early. But like, man, that wick looked massively like freaking, just like a tsunami just went through and demolished all that. But it happened so quick, right? Happened so quick. It looks like it doesn't look too bad there, but check this out. I'm gonna share my screen because on mine it looks horrible. You just look at, I mean, look at this thing. You see this thing? It goes all the way.
Oh,
so like
man.
stop loss, liquidation, long. So those people that took maybe like 20x here, even 10x up here and stuff like that, you guys got liquidated, right? Or hit your stop losses. And so they just said, what we're gonna go through all the way through like 91,000, high 91,000s, and then look how quickly it bounced right back though. So that's what makes me think that this was market makers trying to get the greedy people out
there. They're taking your Bitcoin, guys. This is not really the time to go like levered long right now, right? I mean, you can if you want to, but like in the sense of all you have to do is hold Bitcoin and you'll make money. Hold any asset and you'll make money. Like leverage is awesome. But like when you're taking these huge positions and they're technically longer positions, you can get wrecked very quickly. So
spot is always the the best, in my personal opinion, best strategy, obviously. But some people are really good at taking leverage. If they're disciplined and taking like 2x, 3x, 4x, max 5x, that's a little different story. And more discipline is is how you have that strategy. But anyways, so spot is always the best policy, in my opinion.
Yeah, man. Question: What's the best thing to bathe in? It's the best thing to bathe in. To bathe in. I'll tell you what. It's billionaire tears. I like to bathe in billionaire tears.
Okay. I'm glad you saved me right there, because I didn't know where you were going with that.
Citadel CEO Ken Griffin says he regrets not buying Bitcoin a few years ago. This is going to be something we're going to see over and over and over. We're going to be bathing in billionaire tears this entire next 12 months, and it's going to be glorious because first time in history, we as retail were able to front run the big boys. They didn't know what this was. We did. We knew what it was the entire time. We knew this was freedom money. We knew this was our way out of the rat race, and we took it. And we're going to see that while they have to buy our bags.
Yeah. I'm sure King Griffin doesn't have any tears. He's a billionaire. I think maybe like the barely millionaire people have tears, but like when you're a billionaire, I don't know. He could
have made billions off crypto.
I mean, he makes billions like already.
Well, he made billions. He hasn't made any money recently. Citadel's been trash.
He owns way more than Citadel, though. They own way more than Citadel. But I'll say this, these type of players from the TradFi side, in my opinion, from what I've researched, is that they play the political game a lot, right? So they kind of start to leverage their bets and on one side or the other, because that comes with regulation, friendly SEC, those kind of things, right? So I think that on a personal level, I'm pretty sure that, he has his own stash and stuff, but from a company level, he probably wasn't ready to pull the trigger until after now he knows what happened and all that stuff. So, but they'll get into it. That people, companies that have billions of dollars, they don't have to play catch up as much as, a company that has millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands, right? So it's a big difference.
Well, it depends who you're catching up with. If he's trying to keep up with Michael Saylor, he missed that boat. Michael Saylor's going to be a trillionaire. Ken Griffin's just going to be a billionaire. I mean, that's billionaire tears to me. I'm just kidding. But moving along here to some not so good news. Asian MicroStrategy Metsu sold all of its Bitcoin holdings as a price neared 100K, passing the title to Japan's Metaplanet with its 1,100 Bitcoin reserve. So Metsu sold it all. They sold every bit of it. They're done. They're happy with their gains there. They were buying at 8,000, 16,000, 20,000. They've been buying for a really long time. I looked into it. They were considered, they got in right after Michael Saylor did. Michael Saylor got in around 8, so I'm guessing they got in around there as well. But they've been buying for a long time, and they're officially taking profits. Not just taking profits, they took it all off the table.
Yeah, that's interesting. But then you have MetaPlanet that is doing what Michael Saylor is continually doing, right? The only difference
Yes.
is that I guess the other company, Asian MicroStrategy,
Yeah.
that
Metsu.
they kind of stopped. It's just it was like the torch was basically passed because MetaPlanet is,
Yeah.
is is super convicted. They have been in the headlines for the past 12 months, and so that's fine. I think MetaPlanet wants to take that, right? They want to be the top holder in Japan. So it's going to be interesting to see how much MetaPlanet grows. And also, if maybe Metu ends up selling their company, their entity or something. I don't know, because like to take it all off the table right now, that is a little bit weird, right? So maybe
Yeah.
they just like, clear all our debts, take the profit that we have, and then sell out. I don't know. I have to research more on that.
Yeah, 100%. I just think this is a terrible idea. But that's just coming from from me. But we'll see. They could be looked at in a year from now as absolute worst decision they ever made. So, but they did make a good decision a couple years ago, which was buy it in the first place. So,
True.
but let's move along. Here's some good news. Oh, I think it's good news. I'm actually on the fence with this. Donald Trump has appointed David Sachs as White House cryptocurrency and AI czar. President Trump says his new crypto czar, David Sachs, will work on legal framework so the crypto industry has the clarity it's been asking for. So I'll get your opinion on this first, and then I'll give mine.
Yeah. So I think it's fine. I think it's good, right? Because look, David Sachs has been really in the Trump boat the
Yeah,
entire time that I've seen through this election period. So I think he's kind of gonna align his kind of mindset with the leaders of that side, right? So the leaders of that side, obviously Trump, and then you have RFK, you have Vivek Ramaswamy, you have JD Vance, you have Elon. All of those people are crypto minded people, Bitcoin kind of first, and then and it goes all the way to Doge with like Elon, right? Like kind of plays around with that, but like he continually talks about it. And so I think this is a good pick actually. And I think that right now it's easy to kind of look a little too deep into it and say, well, he's the VC guy and all that stuff. But I think that like, if it comes up that way, there's going to be a lot of pushback right off the bat. And I think Trump and that whole group wants to please our industry, so they want to look good to us because they know there's a lot of donors coming from here. So we'll see.
yeah. I'm gonna take the other side of that. I don't like this pick. I think for AI Kazar, I think this is a really good pick. But for crypto, David Sachs has never made a on chain transaction. He's never made one. His exposure in crypto is through multi-coin. He bought multi-coin, and that's the only entity he holds. Solana is a token that multi-coin holds. So when they've been DCAing into that for a while, and I've actually looked into it, David Sachs, he's very centralized. Everything he does in crypto is centralized through multi-coin. That's the only place where he gets his exposure through crypto. He did have FTX, but obviously we know that he's probably a creditor at this point, someone they owe. He probably won't get any money back from that. But I don't think this is a good idea. I just wanted somebody more like Charles Hockenson. I wanted someone more like, I mean, damn it, dude, I would have even took Brad Garlinghouse over Sachs here, just because of the fact that a lot of these guys, they want to please the centralized exchanges. They want to please the Black Rocks stuff of the world over the people who actually use this stuff on a day-to-day basis. And that's
You
us, right?
can't you can't
We're
pick one of
on-chain
those other
people.
two though, because they have a self-interest that's directly
But David
related
does
to
too.
asset. Well, not he doesn't own like a chain. He doesn't
He owns
own. He wasn't.
Multicoin, who owns all the chains.
If he owns all if they affiliated with all the chains, there's less bias there. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Yeah,
my point. Like if Charles
yeah,
was picked, and then by the way, I put the link in the private chat for that note later. I want you to check that out if you don't mind, real quick.
okay.
But anyways, if Charles was picked, um, then people could, and he slowly started doing things more towards Cardano, then that's a bad conflict of interest. Same thing with Brad Garlinghouse, and Brad
Yeah,
Garlinghouse could really change things up to kind of like that ISO 222. So I don't think that would have been a great pick, but someone that's a little bit less into one specific chain and stuff like that. So
yeah.
if it was someone that was actually from the crypto space, I think it would have to be like Man, it'd be tough to even get anybody, but maybe like Armstrong would have some influence because they are a centralized exchange, so they deal with all of them. But then you have base, right? So that's what I'm saying. So I think Sachs is a decent pick here.
Yeah, no. It's the way I have it here. It's Kazar. Zar is a short for that. It's it. I got that from Watch a Guru. I copied and pasted that.
But it's like the board. It's the same thing as the border Zar, though. That's how you say it, though. I was trying to say.
Well, but anyways, that's how it's spelled. I mean, that's what Watch a Guru posted, and that's why I've been seeing it all over.
It's just silent though to see. But let's go.
It's
move
still
on.
there.
Let's move on.
It's still there. No. Stay on this. It's still there. No,
but,
I mean
that's the pronunciation I was talking about. The pronunciation.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
all right. I don't know. You calling Watcher Gurus? I don't know.
I know, but we have silent letters in our alphabet or in our language. But anyways, yeah. So that was my take on it. You know, just if you get someone that's super focused on like their coin, then there can be a lot of people that scream, you know, hey, this is manipulated and stuff. So that's why I say we stay away from that.
Yeah, I'd rather be someone who understands on chain. It doesn't have to be one of those people that I named. I just rather it be someone who actually made a transaction on chain, who actually understands the importance of decentralization, which David Sachs does not.
Yeah, so. That's true. That's one thing I am more. So, anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, U.S. spot ETF now hold more than 1.1 billion, surpassing Satoshi, becoming the largest holder globally in less than a year. So the ETFs combined, that is BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale, and all of them combined, now hold $1.1 billion. The ETFs are now bigger than what Satoshi has in his wallet. Is this good or bad for Bitcoin to have this much already in the ETFs?
I think so, because they're not like in direct control of the Bitcoin itself, right? I know that people are like, well, why does that matter? I'm just saying because, you know, they have custodial services, right, with Coinbase and other centralized exchanges, so they don't have necessarily that like collusion type of power, but Coinbase can now. So that's maybe one thing that you look at is like, okay, but look, this is kind of I think this is going to be a repeat of 2004, but just more intense once gold brought on the ETF. How are people thinking about that, right? It's just a totally different approach because like you have way more control over an asset like Bitcoin than you do gold, because that supply is kind of, you know, infinitely out of there, right? Or out in the world. So I don't know. This is kind of a new thing, but I do think that this is okay. It's okay for it to be more mass adopted and more popularized and stuff like that.
Yeah. For my bags, I think it's amazing. For my love of Bitcoin, I hate it. So like I'm really on the fence with it. Like we do need them to buy, and they're not going to buy on chain. They're not going to hold it in self-custody. They want it this way. That's just the way they're used to. So it's the kind of the thing where it's, you know, you're damned if you do, but you're damned if you don't. You get, you know, there's nothing we can do about it. It's going to keep happening, and I think this is just the beginning. You're probably going to see 8 million Bitcoin in the ETF by the end of next year. But it is what it is.
Yep.
All right. The Czech Republic eliminates capital gains tax on Bitcoin, held for 3 years with unanimous parliamentary approval. So I like this. If you hold Bitcoin for 3 years, 0 capital gain tax. You know what that does? That stops people from holding stops people from selling for an entire bull market, right? They're so worried about not paying the capital gains that they potentially won't sell at the end of this, which I love.
Yeah, you're gonna have a bunch of disciplined Czech hodlers of Bitcoin, which is good, you know. But that's cool. Yeah. See, these are the kind of cool, creative, you know, kickbacks and givebacks you can give to enhance Bitcoin's, you know, adoption in your country, state, city, etc. Right? So, like with the property taxes, I say give a discount, 10%, 5%, whatever they want, something. And I like the Czech Republic doing this. So hopefully we see more of it.
Yeah, I think we do. I think this is something that our new czar, David Sachs, can do. I think something like this would be really cool, especially, you know, if they do it with the ETF and whatever. You know, Bitcoin is just I think this is genius. I love this, and Czech Republic seem to be the first people to actually put this into effect.
Yeah. Yep. Love to see this and hope to see more.
All right. This is pretty big. So we know that Pennsylvania has already thought about doing this, and Texas was the other state, which is funny because we're both from those places. But Florida becomes the third place to may introduce a Bitcoin reserve in 2025, leveraging its $180 billion pension fund and budget surplus to allocate billions in the crypto-related assets. So we do know that Pennsylvania and Texas were saying Bitcoin. This comes out as saying crypto-related assets. This is pretty big.
Yeah, yeah. And look, Miami's been a hub for crypto, right? Obviously,
Yeah.
the Bitcoin conference every year was there since its inception, and then just pivoted this year to national, next year to Vegas. But that really started to create a crypto hub. Now that you have some of the people we've talked to, projects in the Bitcoin ecosystem that are that's where their main office is and stuff like that. I think you're going to see more and more of states that have that, like Austin is starting to form to be a crypto hub. You got Miami. These type states, I think, are going to bring more and more friendly type crypto regulations from a state level. Yeah. And then I think federal will eventually follow suit, right? But it's really meant to kind of, the way our government's been set up, it's really meant for like the federal level to kind of say, hey, states, you guys manage your stuff and we'll step in when you need us. Obviously, certain things are blanketed, but I like this. I like that Florida's doing this because I expect Texas to do something similar soon.
Yeah, I think the federal government should just not do anything with crypto. I think they should just let states, state by state, rule, which gives you the freedom. If you don't like your state's laws, you can move. You can leave. You don't need a passport. You don't need anything. You just go rent a house or go buy a house.
Yeah, just go move to in the middle of Wyoming.
Just kidding. I mean, you could. Well, at this point, I mean, now
there's a lot of options.
You can move to Miami.
Yeah, there's a lot of
options. You can move to Miami. You can move to Texas. Like, let's just say, like, I'm in Pennsylvania and we're like, we're Jersey. I can spit on Jersey from where I'm at. If Pennsylvania puts rules and I don't like it, I can go to Jersey or vice versa. So I like that option to be able to pick and choose the rules that I want to follow when it comes to crypto.
Yep.
So. Vancouver considers accepting taxes and fees in Bitcoin as Mayor Kim Sim pushes for a pro-crypto motion to diversify city reserves and embrace the innovation. I loved every single word of this. Canada, which we could become the 51st state. They're kind of pushing Bitcoin. I know. But I love that one. I smiled when I saw that. And then I smiled when I saw this. What do you think on this accepting taxes and fees in Bitcoin for Canada?
Yeah, I think this is kind of an example that shows the world that, hey, the United States is still the trendsetter, right? Like it still sets the standard and people know what's going to happen in the next 4 years, or at least like the next 2, right? Until the elections happen for, the Senate and House again. But and so I think like Canada is saying, hey, let's get on the board. Let's get on board quick. So we're not like, the last to get on this train. And I love this. I expect more of Canada to probably do this. Right. So it's exciting to see what, the U.S. that the U.S. still has influence, especially with this, even though they've been behind and now they're trying to take that lead again.
Still got it, baby. Yeah. But all right, let's get into that Bitcoin fear and greed. Last Friday was a 78. That was greed. Yesterday was 84. It's extreme greed. I'm gonna give you a hint and tell you that we're lower than both of those numbers.
Ooh.
Where do you think we are at today? We're actually a lot lower.
Yeah.
A lot lower.
I'm gonna say 77.
Lower. 72.
Wow.
Isn't that a little scary?
Well, I mean, we'll see. When did that happen? So I'm seeing like 4. So
7 o'clock last night, yeah.
So when did that like spike down happen? I think that's what probably scared people. Yeah. So maybe that, the voting and stuff for that happened around that time or whenever they reassessed it. So I can see why probably yesterday people got scared. It was the biggest drop that Bitcoin's ever had in a short period like that. So
yeah, 100%. All right, let's get into that Bitcoin price action brought to you by BitPerp. BitPerp is going to be the leading leverage trading platform in the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystem. We are very bullish on those guys, man. They're building something awesome because they're building it around runes. They're building it around BRC20s, and they're building it around your layer 2 assets as well. You're going to be able to take leverage on Mr. Yen. You're going to take leverage on pretty much anything that your little heart desires, and that is why BitPerp is going to be special. They are building on the spider chain Botonics. I got it now. I will never forget that as we go. I said it 300 times yesterday. Botonics, but I got it, and they got it too. Botonics testnet is now live. BitPerp will be going live on their testnet next week. It's going to be fun, guys. Take advantage of that because there's always prizes to be made. There's actually some massive prizes, so definitely get in there. And you got to remember too, Botonic says they're not having a token, but we all know what normally happens when you use testnets. It's usually incentivized by some point somehow, but definitely want to take advantage of BitPerp and what they're building and their testnet.
Yeah, exactly, guys. And I'm going to get into a little bit more into that actual testnet here in a second. But before we get into the Bitcoin price action, if you guys wouldn't mind on the YouTube side, hit that like for us, subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on so you know when we go live. And then on the X side, hit that like and share the space for us, guys. It helps us a ton. But first, let's get into this BitPerp paper trading competition. So they had a post that came out and shows that the trading competition lasts from December 9th to the 20th. So you can trade with paper funds on their incentivized testnet, as Shizzy just mentioned, and compete for 10,000 USDT plus 50,000 BTP in prizes. So if you go to @BitPerp @BITPERP, you can see this post. I think it's like their second or third post on their feed, but you can dive in here and learn how you can be a part of that. And so it's really simple though. You'll connect your MetaMask wallet to it. They'll automatically kind of give you those RPCs to integrate for the Botonics testnet, and then you can claim the 10,000 USDT to paper trade with. And then if you get the top P&L after this time period, December 9th through 20th, then you will be a winner of this prize pool. So super exciting stuff there. But let's get into the Bitcoin price action brought to you guys by BitPerp. Let's look at the hour chart here. You can see that huge leg down that was from yesterday, man. This is, it's not showing exactly what it went down to because it's the hour chart and it didn't keep that wick for the hour chart. But as you saw on the 5-minute chart, it went all the way down to 91,800 for a split second, but it jumped all the way back, right? We saw a rebound for sure, and now we're just hanging around here at 99.2, right? So just as much as it went down to 91.8, we're almost back to 100,000. This is how crazy Bitcoin has been, guys. But you can see here we're headed over to we've been in overbought on the hour chart since I would say about if I can get this thing up here, let's see here, I would say, oh man, about like 7 hours here. So but we are trending back up, right? You can see the buy pressure just about four hours ago started to come back up. That's how we've gotten to this 99.2. Second half of today, I don't know. I have a feeling that we're gonna bounce around high 98s. I think we probably try to knock back on 100,000 to head into the weekend. Just my guess. Obviously, not financial advice. I'm probably wrong on that, but that's just how I'm feeling. It's really hard to kind of gauge what Bitcoin's going to do. I did not expect them to liquidate everybody yesterday and get down to 91.8. But let's take a look at the 8-hour chart. 8-hour chart. It's a little bit back to indecisiveness. You can see looked like it was a pretty confident, direction it was going to go in once we hit that 103. But then you can see it starting to lighten up here, right? You can see the MACD kind of weakening, getting a little bit closer together. It's already trying to come back out of overbought on the stochastic RSI as well. But like I said, I'm sticking with my guns in terms of middle of December being pretty hyper aggressive. I could be wrong about that. If that's the case, then we might see something like chopping here and then go back up into overbought. But that's what I'm seeing right now. Regardless, we know December 10th is a huge day. There's going to be Microsoft voting for investing in Bitcoin. I think that's going to be heavily influential. We'll see if it's a buy the rumor, sell the news event, and then also Magic Eden for our specific ecosystem. But that's what I'm seeing for the Bitcoin price action for second half of today and the next week.
Yeah, man. So, how are you feeling for this weekend? Are you bullish, or what are you thinking? Because weekends either go one way or the other, right? They never really go back and forth. It either goes down or goes up.
Yeah, but it hasn't really been super bearish. It's been pretty decently uptrend for the weekends. So I expect us to probably creep back over 100,000, maybe revisit the 101, 102, 103. Not necessarily bust through back to like 105. But if it does go back to like 102, 103, I think that's probably on a Sunday, because that's what it's
Gotcha.
typically been doing, right? It's been,
Yeah.
Saturday's just been an up and down trading day. You can probably, scout both ways. And then Sunday ends up being, hey, okay, we're going to try to get back to where we were. So we'll see.
Yeah, man. I remember in 2021, you could have pretty much went short every Friday and went long every Monday. And I'm talking like the March, April months. It really felt that way. It really felt like every weekend was like momentum stopped, and then you have to wait till like Monday or Tuesday for the momentum to really come back. Do you see that continuing this cycle, or do you think that maybe it's kind of different in the terms because of the ETFs only trade Monday to Friday, 8 to 4:30?
I think if you were like a conservative trader that stuck like, up to 5x, and then if you ever like you felt like a little bit shaky, you kind of defended it by adding more collateral or something like that, then I think starting in like October to now, you would have been fine regardless, right? Because that's kind of like the uptrend of the bull run. And in Q4, kind of like something I expected this entire time. I think where people get tricky is, where it gets tricky is whenever you see that you made some gains from being conservative and you get a little bit more risky, and that's where people get in trouble. It doesn't matter if you're in a bullish time period or a bearish, and it goes to the opposite in the bearish. Like if you're shorting with conservative, being a conservative person, then you could do well, in the downtrend, because over, let's say a month or two, you're gonna win that for the most part. Not financial advice, but that's what I'm seeing right now. So I do think that the volatility is still going to be there, so it's not going to be as predictable. But the predictable part is if you're conservative and you're smart about it, then you probably win over the long period of time of 3 months or something like that, right? But always expect something like yesterday where they are going to liquidate the greedy people.
Yeah, I agree 100%. All right, let's kind of get into the roll call here. Let's see who's here. Who was first today? Who was first? Oh, it's a good friend of ours. It's I Walk Alone. First again until YouTube deletes me. No,
they didn't get him.
You, my friend, are a winner chicken dinner. Shout out to I Walk Alone and everything you do for our show and our community. We really appreciate you, I Walk Alone, and today's your day. Enjoy it. But in the number 2 spot, we got my guy, Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo. He loves me and I love you. Mr. Hanky says, let's go Billy Cats. Yes.
Let's go.
Yo, you guys are on the Billy Cats because Lucky Lukey has a Billy Cat PFP right after you with a GM. You guys are running it, man. Billy Cats had a huge run up. They like 20 got bowled up in like one sweep. It was pretty wild. I saw that the other day. Webdro is here. Yasher says, hello, dear people. Then we got the twins. We got Ordinals Chips and Ordinals Tweets. They say Shizzy and High Level. I try my best. Dude, I don't know if it's high level, but
I thought when I first started reading that, I thought he was about to say high heels. I was like, Shizzy and high heels. What? No.
If Bitcoin hits 700K, I'll wear high heels.
Oh no! But please don't hit 700K.
Mempool Punk is here, and I got Cheaty, always a part of the community. Shout out to Cheaty, man. You are a legend. Steamy J is here. Inagi is here. ASAP Benji's in the building. My guy Choda says BTC 220 in play. Says Max Kaiser. Max Kaiser is not bullish enough for the first time here in history. Stewie Sats is here. Mike Bennett is here. Steve Verse. Shout out to Steve Verse, man. It's my guy. Matt's again. I Walk Alone again. Chain Watcher. And then our mods, Tim Baker, AODR, and my guy, Yasher. So the whole U.S. administration is turning into the golden age of room. Well, we'll see what happens now, right? Some change just happened that, that really didn't happen with the room. So we'll see what happens going forward. But yeah, you're right. You're right up until today, 100%. No is here. Yasher goes, yeah, BTC is a centralized asset now. Yeah, it basically is, but it's okay. Mike Bennett is here. He says, Shizzy, for us crypto guys, it's Caesar. Throw your hat in, bro, because of CZ. I get it. You're the man, Mike. Then we have, he also says China incentivized by banning BTC every 3 years. Yes, China will probably ban Bitcoin next year. It's kind of something they do
right before the bear market.
Yeah, right before the bear market. But guys, get out. Yeah, she says Shizzy burned Canada. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, sorry, Canadian watchers. We appreciate you as well. Zap Pereski is here. Kai Effect is GM. I'm here listening. And shout out to Kai Effect, man. You're our guy. Ant-Man is here. Let's see. And then Sixes with the final comment of today. Shout out to every single one of you guys who make roll call every single day. We appreciate you guys more and more each day. And we promise we're going to make sure that you guys are always caught up and always knowledgeable about what is going on in the quickest time possible. That's why we go live 5 days a week. We're not doing the 3 days a week, guys. We're 5 days a week, and we appreciate you guys 100%.
Yes.
All right, let's kind of get into some ecosystem stuff here. Magic Eden token initial claim at TGE is 12%. 125 million tokens will be available for immediate claim by eligible users. Unclaimed tokens will be given to stakers. So this is massive. This is going to happen on Tuesday. How do you feel about this, about everything? Because we kind of had a couple days to kind of take back and kind of learn how many tokens we're getting, kind of learn and kind of look back at, what happened previously with the last airdrop, which was what was the name of that one?
Which was it?
It's on the tip of my head. The one that just happened.
Party?
No, not Party. The big one.
Hyperliquid.
Hyperliquid. Thank you, sir. Yeah, so we all watched kind of happen with Hyperliquid, and a lot of people are saying that the same thing could happen with Magic Eden. With 125 million tokens at $1, it's $125 million market cap. So at $3, it's $375 million market cap. Some people are saying that this could easily get into the billions, especially if the team, who cannot access any of their tokens for at least 6 to 12 months, are not in this yet. How do you feel about this number, about Magic Eden, and do you see this going to $1 billion?
So the market cap, I don't know, man. It depends, right? Because the problem is what's going to actually be circulating supply, right?
That's
if
it.
You look,
that's all it's going to be circulating. That's 12.5.
But that's a lot. 125 million, in circulating supply. So the if you look right now, okay.
Yeah, it's about the same.
No, it's more. 270 million is in circulation. So yeah, why not? Let's take this thing to $15, guys.
I mean, $15
I was a little bit worried.
Would be absolutely insane.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Can this honestly can this get to $8? If that day comes, everyone's dumping. I join the party. I dump to buy runes at $350. Am I an idiot for this, for not waiting?
I think so. Well, you're talking about for not waiting. I think you could. Well, there's strategies, right? So the strategy is, hey, do I just do part of my allocation now and then get into something else? Let's pretty solid runes that is gonna 5x, 10x or whatever, right? And then you have that more of a safer strategy, right? So I don't know. What do you think?
Oh, it's tough, dude. I keep going back and forth on this. It's really bothering me. Because I'm getting a nice allocation of this. It's basically what I used to make if it's at $3-4, it's basically what I used to make in a year being a CNC machinist. It's a little lower, but it's pretty close. And if we get to $4 or $5, it's more than that. So it's hard for me not to want to put it in runes and ordinal and maybe buy a node monkey or a puppet or maybe a couple frogs or some billy cats or something. Man, this is a tough decision. And I feel like, we were talking yesterday and you're like, dude, I can't wait for Tuesday or whatever. It's going to be huge. And I'm just like, I don't know what to do yet. I need more time. I need to have a plan in place. And as of right now, I do not have one. I'm so on the fence here.
Yeah. But one thing I think that people need to realize is that Magic Eden's brand is imagine if you were in early for last cycle and you had this opportunity for OpenSea for this cycle. At least for that cycle that the coin's going to do well. Maybe now OpenSea's coin would not do as well. So I think that no one's gonna be like, oh, why'd you wait? That's stupid. You're dumb for waiting and not selling. You know what I mean? Right then, because I think any logical people would say, Magic Eden's brand should prop it up, especially in going into a bull market. So that's just my thought process behind it.
Yeah, Hyperliquid is sitting at a $4.5 billion market cap. Fully diluted is 13 billion. So they're sitting there. They pretty much have the same max supply as Magic Eden. Magic Eden to me is a $1 billion company in crypto.
Real quick, there's urgent
What?
something. The BTC.fund mint is live right now. So if you did that, there's already 70, almost 80% minted out.
Oh my
Right
god!
now. Yeah, so it's pretty much there, guys. But it's being bombarded. The site is being bombarded. So like there's just so much traffic, and this is like I can't even. I'm not even able to mint anything because it's just too like there's too many people right now trying to get to the site and the server's overwhelmed. So don't freak out, guys. Like no one's probably able to mint this right now unless you're lucky and you got in that line. But just know that it's probably that liquidity pool is probably gonna get sent to Merlin Swap once this is over. But like every time I try, it says failed. So
now, are they getting their tokens right away, or are they going to have to wait?
it's a mint. So I think once a mint out is done, and I mean this thing's minting out 100%. Like it's 80% right now. So it kind of stinks though because I wanted at least like one allocation, but or like one mint. But they're just overwhelmed. So I wanted to let if you guys can get it, get it. So BTC.fund is where it's at. It's minting out right now. Just wanted to put that out there for the listeners, and it's at 90% right now. So I don't want to go away from this, but there's a lot happening in the space, like with Magic Eden and now BTC.fund as well. So like you're obviously not going to get into this mint, but you always have like a launch strategy type situation. How are you going to look at this?
Yeah, I'm looking at it like I played Voya. I couldn't have played Voya any better. I waited 1 hour after the airdrop and I DCA'd for about an hour. Every couple minutes I was buying $100 more, $100 more, $100 more. And towards the end, I started doing more money, 500. So the only thing I probably could have did better now thinking about it was probably go a little heavier in the beginning. But you're always worried about it dipping. That's the problem, right? You're always worried about it going lower, which is, a benefit, but you want to have that capital on the sideline to do so. So for me, let's just say they give everyone their allocation now. They add that money to the LP pool. So let's just say it goes 12 o'clock. They add to the LP pool. Maybe around 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, I start dipping my toe. I start getting a couple $100, couple $100, and then maybe go a little heavier once I see the direction that it's going, and then finish it off going back to $100. But I'm definitely bullish on Party. I'm definitely bullish on the Merlin ecosystem for sure. I think this is the kickstart. So you got to remember too, this is the starter token for BTC.fund right now, and I think that the next token's going to do well. The next token's going to do well, and the next token's going to do well. But then it kind of going to fall off. I think the first 4 are going to do really well, and then maybe 5 kind of takes a step back. I don't know how to play this. I'm guessing. Everything I'm doing is guessing here, but I'm definitely bullish on this BTC.fund. It's the first. Technically, it's the first BTC fund, pump fund model on Bitcoin.
That's live, right?
So
yeah, that's live at least. Yeah, I mean, so I don't know if any of you guys can mint or not, but if you can, congratulations that you got into the mint. If not, don't worry, it's going to get sent to the merlinswap.org, and then you'll be able to swap on there. But yeah, this is crazy though, man. There's so much stuff going on, and it's it's crazy. But anyways, yeah.
Yeah, man. All right, we'll continue with the show here. Bitcoin next stop is higher. We both believe that, right? But what comes after Bitcoin? Will the runes run first? We've seen the Ordinals kind of front run them last time, or will the Ordinals run next? What do you think happens after Bitcoin officially retakes 100K?
So I think that runes will run first, just because that's what it's been like, right? In terms of like fungibles, and people were like, well, they already did run. Yeah, they did run a little bit, but Ordinals kind of did their little thing too as well. But you just got to have that initial liquidity flow back in with fungibles, and then Ordinals will boom though, kind of like they did last year. They'll have their moment, and you'll know it. But I think runes will be up first, because that's what a lot of people are looking to trade right now. And with Magic Eden stimulus, I think that's what they're going to go into first. What about you?
Yeah, I agree. I think the blue chips are going to get eaten up first. I think people are going to come in and get that node monkey, get that puppet that they always wanted and really couldn't afford. And then I see money kind of going into it. So I don't see like the rest of the Ordinals really getting pushed up, but I do see maybe someone want to front run other people getting that node monkey, getting that puppet, getting that frog, getting that OMB that they always wanted and they never could afford, but today they could, and then kind of jumping into some runes. So I do see the Ordinals running slightly first, or maybe running with, but I definitely see Dog running real hard. You're going to see probably Gizmo run pretty quickly. You're going to see a lot of the runes that you're not really expecting to run first. I think they're going to actually outrun everything. You're going to see the Gizmos. You're going to see the Satoshi AI. You're going to see so many more running, and then Dog and Billy and stuff like that will catch up. And probably that's when you're going to see OKX and these other big places come out and say, it is time. We're listing Dog, and then all hell breaks loose. That's when I do think the runes will actually way surpass the Ordinals. Way surpass it.
Yeah. I mean, that's if you look at any other ecosystem, the fungible token market is much, much higher, obviously, right? Because that's the more activities there. And so that's no different, I don't think, than here. But you're still going to
never had a time where NFTs went first. Like it was all, you know what I mean? Like the coins were always first, NFTs came later. This is the first ecosystem ever to have NFTs before they had tokens. So that's the only reason why I'm actually even saying that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. But I think that, you know, runes will have that explosion and then ordinals will have your opportunities. But what happened last year was people were so focused on BRC20s, which, you know, rightly so, because they were just running hard. And that's when the ghosties came out and the traverses came out of BRC20 and these utility type plays started coming out and people were making money off of them. And then a couple people were kind of sliding in the background and they were picking up some of these like prominent ordinal collections cheap. You know, I think Unbroken Chain was one of the groups that were doing that, and they picked up a ton of frogs, I believe, and they made a ton of money. Frogs went from like I want to say like 0.02 to like all the way to 0.4.
0.5,
yeah, almost 0.5,
right?
Yeah, something crazy. And so I think that's what's going to happen, but probably not the same timing, but around the same timing, I would imagine. And so do they get as high? I don't know, because Bitcoin's at such a higher dollar value that, you know, it might not be as high, but it'll definitely scale up in terms of the, you know, people first sneaking in there and picking up some things. And then eventually, you know, people will come over the masses in the ecosystem. And then finally the bag buyers will come in at the end. I mean, that's just how it goes, 100%. Right?
Yeah. And then, you know, maybe it's time to get into the collection phase, right? Where people start selling some of these ordinals and runes that they made so much money on and maybe grab a node monkey to hold long term, you know, or something that really is going to be absolutely huge. Because at some point, people are going to stop thinking and, you know, about, you know, the ending. And just be like, I want to hold this for years and years and years, and not really understanding the market cycles and how everything works over here. So you're gonna get a lot of that as well.
Yeah, I agree. And by the way, party minted out. It's already done. I minted out like 5 minutes ago.
My Merlin RPC is like broken.
Is it?
Like it?
No way.
Yeah, like it. Dude, go to the MetaMask and put Merlin. It just keeps loading. Like it doesn't even let you load up your Merlin.
So the RPC.
The RPC broke.
That's probably why like people couldn't get in as well. So, but anyways, so they'll probably be much more stabilized now that it's minted out. So we'll see.
Yeah, but it's still broke for me. It's not giving me any readings at all. All the tokens are loaded, but that's what's going on Merlin right now, guys. People are bullish on this, man. People are bullish on it. I'm curious what Party is doing on layer 1 now, though.
I don't think it's doing anything crazy yet. It will once people start to see what the price is on secondary. So one of the reasons we were so bullish about this early this morning was when we were doing our research. I noticed, and this was like, I didn't notice this until right before the show, but I started to see it on the Messen.fi Explorer that everybody was starting to bridge to Merlin from other chains, other ecosystems and stuff. But, you know, so to me, I was like, okay, there's like an influx of liquidity coming to Merlin. So I expect that to, you know, be evident in Merlin swap here in the next, I would say maybe like couple hours once they add that pool. But we're gonna see, man. Hey, it could be very exciting trading. The Telegram bot kind of situation is I think included in this. So we're gonna see if that volume really gets this thing going. This could be a pre-exciting event before the ME event. So we'll see.
LB exchange List dog. Finally, this is a bigger exchange. I think me and you were talking about this morning. L Bank. It's not one of the biggest, but it's another one. Another place for dog to be traded. What do you think about this? And do you think there is a bet on BTC? Bet BTC. Where you can bet on if dog gets picked up on one of the top 3 tier exchanges or top 5 tier exchanges. Do you think dog gets listed this year at this point?
Man, this is tough. That I think that's one of the
Yeah.
best bets on there, is
Yeah.
because I think the easy answer is no, because we have what
24 days.
25 days left before the year's up.
Yeah.
Right. But Magic Eden comes in with the stimulus. Dog blows past $1 billion market cap. It gets to like 1.3. Binance picks it up. OKX picks it up. Then one of those guys can pick it up easy if it's at 1.5 billion, because in their mind they're like, the trading volume is there and stuff. And I've been tracking it on Kraken Pro, and it does pretty decent volume. I think it does like 180,000 to like 500,000, in daily volume on Kraken Pro. So why wouldn't they pick it up, right? So, but it's hard because if it doesn't go past like a $1 billion market cap, it doesn't get to 1.5 billion, then I think it's still no until early next year, maybe.
Yeah, 100%. And speaking of Kraken Pro, they actually made a tweet this morning. Hodler, dog, swipe right to buy, left to sell, and then cash tag dog. So I think Kraken's getting ready to list this dude. I think they do. I think they list this year.
That would be huge.
But we will see. That'll be absolutely massive. Jumping to the next thing here. So we were in the Ordinal Hive space yesterday. It's a space they run every Tuesday at around 2 p.m. Eastern time. I'm sorry, every Thursday around 2 p.m. Eastern time, which was yesterday. Genie Data was in there, and they said they're cutting cost, turning off some features. It definitely rocked us to our core a little bit there, because we're both very huge on GD Data. We love their services. We love that they are kind of our Etherscan, you could say, on Bitcoin. I'm obviously use mempool, but Genie Data had the best dashboards. How did this make you feel? And do you think maybe they turn it back on?
So I had to get clarity, because I was asking them, hey, are you guys going to pivot away from Bitcoin? Because, they have done other spaces, ecosystems and stuff. And they said, no, we're still going to have the heat map. We're going to have that specific, tool set, which is great that they're leaving that. But what they're getting rid of, I think, is more of like the more in-depth, more hyper-focused dashboards that actually other people can create as well. And so that's the part that they are thinking about, or I think they have plans on sunsetting. But they did say this. So if you do utilize Genie Data, if you utilize those dashboards, go DM Genie Data's X account and give them a reason why they should not sunset the dashboard section. And they said they will take it into serious consideration. And if they get enough, pushback, then they'll keep them. So it's up to you guys. It's up to the community. 258 of you guys listening in right now. If you guys utilize the Genie Data dashboards, go reach out to them. Make your voice heard. I like that they're doing this kind of reach out to us strategy.
Yeah, 100%. So guys, go get in their DMs, DM them, say, do not leave us. Be here forever. So shout out to Genie Data, man. We love you. You were definitely a foundation on Bitcoin, and I hope you continue to keep pushing forward and keep adding new things and not subtracting. But shout out to Genie Data.
Yep.
All right, Unicross came out with a tweet this morning. They said BTC meme season is almost here. Unicross will buy back 2 million party tokens from the market and airdrop them to active Unicross Genesis NFT holders. So they're obviously going to be doing this on Merlin, because the airdrop is definitely a lot cheaper. But guys, this is huge. If you have a Unicross Genesis pass, you're going to be getting airdropped. I mean, there's only 10,000 of them. So if you break it down, you're going to get a nice portion of that 2 million.
Yeah. I think this is an awesome kickback by, Mr. J and that team over at Unicross. And so, some holders were probably like, man, why did I get this? How am I benefiting? Well, you're about to. So I think that's awesome that they're doing this. And 2 million of those tokens could be a lot. So depending on how many holders there are. So
there's about, there's like 10,000. So they probably got to break it down, divided by 10,000. But yeah, I mean,
per
That's
pass.
still
Yeah.
a lot, right? What's 2 million divided by 10,000? They can bring it.
2 something. Let me see.
Yeah.
Divided by 10,000. 200 tokens. So not a ton. Not a ton. But
Yeah.
if you hold like a lot of the passes, that's where I think it would kick in. So
Yep. All right, Unisat came out with a tweet this morning. Inscribe your Gene Dreams, unveiling the 5 eligible trading pairs for the LP Fest Epoch 2. So Epoch 2 is almost here, and they put out this today, and Glizzy is a part of it. So it is SBTC, it is Sats and FB. Sorry, it is Glizzy and FB. It is Pizza Cal and FB, and it is Mooncats and FB. So they will still be a part of the. So Epoch 1 was just this top 3: Glizzy, Sats, and BTC all against FB, and now it's Pizza Cal and Mooncats are in. So congratulations, Mooncats and Pizza Cal communities. You guys did it. You guys are in the next Epoch. So shout out to you guys, man, and pretty awesome by Unisat to add these two.
yeah, that is pretty awesome. It's going to bring more stakers or, more LP providers. And that is the exact right move next for the swap, because they need to increase, liquidity providers. So
yeah,
I like that they're doing this. It's awesome. I actually thought they were going to take away Glizzy. So the fact that they're adding more, that's really good.
Yeah. But it does take a little bit away from Glizzy, because there was 3 and now there's 5. So you're actually going to get less. But at the same time, it's awesome that it's still a pair there.
A little correction coming in from Steve Verse. He says 1,000 Unicross pass holders, not 10,000.
Yeah.
Okay, so then they get 2,000 party tokens each. Yep.
Oh wow. Okay. Cool.
Makes a big difference there.
Dog is going to blow parabolic, I think, says Kai Effect. Sultan IBM. Okay, yeah, we definitely need your address. You can actually put it in here, Sultan, and I can screenshot it and put you in. We got to send that over to Arch today. So yes, Sultan, send us, put it in your address here, or DM us, one or the other. Thank you, Yasher, for always helping us out with that, man. Mike Bennett says, who got the best?
Kai Effect, real quick, sorry, Kai Effect, you also need to send your address for that. Send it to me or put it in here, whatever you want to do. Y'all are the last 2 that we're waiting on, so please get those over to us.
Yeah, Kai, put your address in here, guys. I can screenshot it. I put it in ChatGPT, and ChatGPT gives me your address, so I can do it that way as well. But Mike Bennett says, who got the best crypto swag to gift for holidays? Hoodies, dude.
Come on, man. Come on.
We say it every day. I said it every day. Go to ordinalrevolution.com, hit the store tab, and that'll take you to the best crypto swag. We got Bitcoin hoodies, we got everything. But shout out to you. Thank you so much. And Zap says, is XLM worth longing? Usually follows XRP in price. I gotta say short the hell out of it. I hate it, but that's just me. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. It does typically follow it, from what I remember from last cycle. I mean, it's kind of similar type of approach to what XRP is saying that they're trying to do, right? Like the money remittance type of business model. But I don't know, man. Like honestly, like a lot of people actually. The greedy people try to long XRP and they got hurt. Some of the smart people actually shorted it at like 270 and they made a good little scalp there, bringing it back down to 230. But you got to just do a little bit further research on that and make that decision.
So we do have some a little bit breaking news here. UK restricts access to Pump That Fund.
Wow.
You cannot. So now you're restricted jurisdiction. So this is probably going to happen more and more. UK, I mean, they're putting people in jail for using social media. And saying stuff. So
I wouldn't worry too much.
Yeah, I'm not. But if you are in UK and you need a VPN, we have one for you guys at NordVPN, 70% off coupon. But I thought that was a good way to do it. But guys, it is Friday, so it is Fluid Friday. Raul will not be joining us today, but we're going to be breaking down a few things from Fluid. We are very bullish on Fluid, guys. We think it's going to. I mean, the price itself. If you are paying attention to that FLDZ token, it's been flying, guys. Absolutely flying. It's up to about 45 cents. It was at like 7 cents in June, July. So it's up a lot. This one really follows Cardano. It is a DeFi protocol on Cardano, but not just that. They are building over on Bitcoin. They are a swap. They are a lending protocol, and they are the staking. The staking is going to be huge, guys, because you will be able to stake your Fluid Pass, which they gave you for free, and you'll be able to earn some FLDT Rune, because they're going to be one to run to the Rune, and it'll be probably January. We're looking for the bridge, and that's gonna be really cool because it's gonna be some arbitrage opportunities from runes to Cardano and vice versa. And we got some updates, right?
Yeah, the update is from the Fluid team. We actually chatted back and forth with Raul this morning, but he wanted us to highlight this because this is very important. So the Fluid Pass rewards for the Bitcoin that was staked, or, the reward for the Fluid Pass being staked in that vault have been distributed to the, relative staking addresses within your wallet, right? So you're going to be able to unstake and then get those rewards, including your Fluid Pass, next week, which is the 9th. So that's Monday, I believe, right? So you're looking at this staking vault right here. And for those that aren't familiar with DeFi and being able to unstake and unstake, there's going to be an option for you to unstake, an unstake button here on the 9th. And you will be able to do that. And then you'll receive back your Fluid Passes and the Bitcoin, like I mentioned. But that is not everything yet with these passes. Eventually, there's going to be another staking vault announced for the Fluid Pass. And that's for you guys to start earning. This is so exciting. The Fluid Rune, which is going to be a 1-to-1 with their current Cardano token, which is FLDT. You can check it out on CoinMarketCap. But so they're building a bridge with Cardano as well, from Bitcoin to Cardano and back and forth. And then so you're going to be able to, if you want to swap it on Cardano, you just bridge the rune over there. You're going to be able to do that. Or if you want to do it over here, you're going to be able to do that over here. So there's going to be so many options with Arch Network coming out, Magic Eden, and then you're going to be able to swap it also on Cardano if you want, to do it before those other protocols kind of allow you to do that. So super exciting stuff for Fluid's team. They are super busy, guys. Like, they're constantly us even getting access to Raul, like, obviously we do, we're a big partner of his and they are of ours, but they're so busy, like, in meetings and all types of stuff, that, man, they're just getting, I'm just excited for them. And they have a huge announcement. I want to be able to tell you guys, but we can't. They'll tell you guys soon, probably next week.
Huge partnership with these guys, and it's going to be massive once you guys see it. I'm definitely bullish on them and everything that they're building, and that should be announced real soon. So pay attention to that.
One thing I want to be clear with, when we talk about Fluid and their token, we are not saying go buy that. This is just like any other thing that we talk about. Do your own research on it, and if you feel like it's not for you, don't even pay attention to that. The only thing we put out is information about what we're learning, and that is it. So make your own decision as an adult on everything. So go ahead.
Yeah, well, I am telling them to, if you did get a free Fluid Pass, to stake that.
Yeah,
100%.
That is something we are telling you.
Life advice. Like, you know what I mean? That's just, you got, it's like you got a quarter, but you're just, you got to put it in the machine. You got to use that quarter. But that was a free pass for you guys. I'm not telling you to go buy the passes, but I actually bought some. I got like 16 passes now. I'm going to be staking that myself. The more passes you have, the cheaper the fee is for when you go to put it in. The fee isn't that much, but it's definitely takes away from some of the gains if you're interested in more and more and more. So check out that pass. Actually, what is the pass now? Is the pass still cheap?
I'm not sure. Let me see.
Let me check this. Fluid passes.
I think they dropped back down a little bit.
Yeah, oh wow! Yeah,
0.000085 is what they are, but the floor is thin. There's only 3 of those, and then it goes to 0.001. But yeah. So there are 3 tiers though. Do you know the tier rankings? Is it orange,
so it's
gray,
black,
and then black?
Silver.
Okay.
Yeah, black's number 1, silver's number 2, and then the bronze or gold or orange here, that is the number 2. But yeah, you're right. So the floor is kind of low here, and then it really picks up with obviously with the silvers, but the black floor is 0.011, which is like $1,000.
And so you're going to earn a higher percentage with the more rare ones, I believe, is the approach. But so that is pretty much the update right now from them, because we can't talk about the other one, which I really, really want to, but we can't talk about that. It's something big coming, and just look out for their account on X for that announcement. Also, if you're a builder, man, like we say at the end of the show, man, take advantage of these staking vaults. This is all Bitcoin layer 1, non-custodial. When your holders actually stake the asset, if it's an ordinal or a rune or whatever it is, it's not going into one of their addresses. It's going into the actual stakers, one of the stakers' addresses. Each Bitcoin wallet has thousands of addresses, and what this mechanism does with block technology is it picks one of those thousands of addresses as your staking address, and it locks it until a certain block height for Bitcoin. And so it's amazing. It's beautiful how they created this. So just look out for updates from them.
Yep. Queen Decan Fosbola says NFT ordinal or rune. So the pass is an ordinal, if that is your question. But then you have another question to follow us up to make me think that wasn't your question. Dog Parabolic soon. I have a question for buy good NFT is best Unisat ordinals or Magic Eden runes. So it depends. If you're buying a BRC20, the best place to probably do that is OKX. If you're buying an ordinal, the best place to do that is OKX and Magic Eden. If you're buying a rune, the best place to do that is Magic Eden. So I hope that answered your question. But yeah, we both really think that dog will go parabolic once it is announced that they will be on Kraken, and I think that happens. It happens soon.
Yep.
All right, let's kind of dig into some market updates here. We got the Bitcoin puppets sitting at 0.154, up 12% on the 7-day. The Node Monkeys sitting at 0.129, up 29% since last week. Ordinal Maxi Biz up 13%. Runestone down. Wow, Runestone is one of the few that's actually down on the week. It's down 11%. This one trades with the runes. Have you noticed that? Like, you'll see a lot of the ordinal collections be positive, but then the runestones and bitmaps, which both have potential tokens coming from them, are both down on the week. How do you feel about runestone right now? Could this be a buy?
I think so. I think it could, because if what we both are expecting, I think you could agree with me, is that the Magic Eden stimulus is going to pump dog, right? It's going to get past $1 billion. I think that's our expectation for December. And if it does, then Runestone will jump up too. So I do look at that as a buy, because then what people are going to, the narrative is, okay, dog is killing it, it's crushing it, it's going to get to a certain point, and then Leo is going to announce his second airdrop, and you have to have the Runestone to get that.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. All right. So out of the puppets, Node Monkeys, Quantum Cats, Bitcoin Frogs, Pizza Ninjas, what are you thinking? Let's just say your stimulus comes in. I'm forcing you to buy one of these projects at these prices to take, put the, the 7-day upward green momentum here into your forecast. But what would you buy if you had, let's just say you had enough to buy any one of these?
One of them? Okay, if I could
buy
one of them, I would probably get the Node Monk. I think that to me,
even up to 29%.
I mean, look, I'm gonna hold it until the ordinal run comes back, right? So I don't really care about that right now, but I'm not going to flip it really quick. So that's a $12,000, almost $13,000, right? I still believe in that early inscription meta will come back, and that's when I will offload it, because I do think Node Monks eventually takes that #1 spot back. I do think that, but maybe I'm wrong there. But that's what I'm thinking, because it's not gonna be easy, but I think it can happen. I think a big upside potential play is the frogs, though. Still, I know I've been waiting forever, but I still think at 0.039 it's been severely undervalued for almost a year now. We saw it get to 0.4, almost 0.5, right? And for it to get there, let's say it just gets to 0.25. That's that's not exactly right. So I think the upside is in the frogs, though.
Yeah, I'd actually go puppets, just because I just know how the puppets roll, man. There's always an airdrop. There's always something that benefits. No monkeys really haven't had anything that benefited them, the holders wise. Yeah, I mean, price go up 100%, but there hasn't been any big airdrops to the no monkey holders. There hasn't been any anything that on that aspect. And I think the puppets, I mean, these guys have, $17 million in pups tokens in their treasury, and they could do a lot with that, right? I'm kind of thinking maybe get a puppet, hold for the long term. I don't know. If I had to pick one.
Yeah, maybe. I don't long term as in this cycle though. I think they're going to be one of the first that
Yeah.
drops their value the most. I think they drop the hardest, one of the hardest. So at the end of
Zap
this.
Prezi, yeah. Zap Prezi says, what about the frog misprints? Could be one history value, still holding one from mint. So yeah, the
Yeah,
misprints.
collection phase.
Yeah.
They'll come back. Like stuff like that, that's like second tier layers of value or third tier layers of value. Those will come in effect whenever we
Yeah.
are fully into like the NFT ordinal focus of the cycle. And I think that's excuse me, and I think that's where ordinals will shine. It's because they'll have like this
100%.
extra layer of value and stuff. So
Yep. All right, give me a one that you're bullish on that maybe someone is not in the top 10 or not in the top 5.
I mean,
Give me
$1 billion
something.
yeah, Billy Katz is one.
Okay.
I feel like Alu is another one.
Okay.
Honey
There's
badgers.
Alu,
Honey badgers will get pumped
10%.
at some point.
Yeah.
Megapunks is Megapunks is Megapunks is an earlier inscription one too, but it's
Yeah.
really Stacks supported. I feel like there's a lot of Stacks. I think that collection is actually from Stacks too.
Gotcha.
But they show up every once in the blue moon.
Yeah.
Ones that I don't think have like that strong of a bounce back is stuff like Ink. I don't think Ink
Yeah.
has like a super strong like comeback or anything like that. I don't think the whales get like Bitcoin whales get any. I think they're gonna be higher than they ever were. But look, let's be honest, they're
Yeah.
like $40. So if they get to like 400, that's a humongous win for them.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna go with Bitmap to go. I think Limitless is really gonna push this to, I don't know, maybe 0.05, at least a 10x from where it is now, if not higher. I'm gonna say Bitmap Emporium. I'm gonna say look at the commoners, bro, in the top 65 again. But that's weird to see. And then I'm gonna say No Ordinary Kind. This team's been here from the beginning, and I don't know. I'm still very bullish on them. I feel like they're part of the cabal. And Billy Cats. I'll go Billy Cats as well. So Billy Cats, for me, or No Ordinary Kind, and Bitmap Emporium. I think those three are definitely three to keep an eye on if you want to get a little risky in the ordinal. Oh yeah, there's two more I got to say too. Goosenals and
Nookies. Yeah.
the Nookies, yeah. I definitely bullish. It's weird the Nookies. I haven't really looked at them. They're Ord, right? Nookies,
I think so, yeah.
I think is the name. I can never find them. Ordi Nookies, maybe. There they go. So Ordi Nookies. This is by the guy who does our intro, Sam Sage. This is his project. He's a leader of this community. Not his project, it's a community project, but he's definitely a leader in that community. But yeah, 0014. Wow, these are cheap. These are like $100.
Yeah.
Definitely bullish on these as well, because they go live every day. And shout out to Sam as well. He got married over the last week.
Oh, congrats, Sam.
Yeah. Sam's he was posting it. He said everyone's worried about their Magic Eden diamonds, but I got my diamond, just got married. So shout out to Sam. Yeah.
Congrats, Sam. He won some brownie points, I'm sure. He showed his wife. He's like, look what I posted. No, but yep. I wanted go ahead.
Real quick.
One puppet or 4 frogs?
Or 4 frogs.
Oh. Yo, I probably, this is what I would do. I'd take the puppet and then wait till it jumps up real quick, and then I'd sell it right then. And then, like real quick, I'd double my puppet, and then I'd try to buy as many frogs as I could with that.
Yeah,
that's my move on that. But yeah, I wanted to go over some of the other kind of bigger coins in the ecosystem, not so like hyper focused on runes and stuff. So the FBs, the stacks, stuff like that. So guys, would love to hear your opinions too on this, but we did this last week and it was really fun. But let's start with Fractal Bitcoin, man. So Fractal Bitcoin was one that you were really excited about. with FB. It's the Unisat team. They were a part of the huge innovation of fungible tokens back on Bitcoin, having that huge volume and stuff. And they decided, hey, let's just build our own chain that's scalable, exactly like Bitcoin, and Bitcoin can possibly bridge there. And they've done that. They've created the bridging part and all that stuff. So it's at $6.13. A big problem with FB has been the minor sell down, right? But I always come back to the circulating supply. Like, for example, like the circulating supply of Magic Eden's token is what, 125 million. That's going to be. This is 7.53 million, guys. That's nothing, right? That's nothing. Now, we did the math, and I believe by, I want to say February, I think they have a halving coming up, right? Or something like that.
No, it's July.
Okay.
No. I'm sorry. It's 2 years. 2 years. So it's not.
Okay. So yeah, I'm thinking of some. I was confused with bells.
You're thinking of bells.
Yeah. Okay. So, but
2 years away.
But the emission that you told me that they put out, it put the total supply, I think, at like 11 million by like almost March, right? Still is not a lot, though. It's not a lot. I mean, Bells has more, in circulating supply, but with 11 million, let's say by February. So that gives us like a month of December to be really bullish in terms of price action here. Total supply, 210 million. We initially compared this to something like BNB. Right. And if you look at their price action, once they had their first aggressive bull run, it went to $200. Now, does that happen this cycle? I don't know. I would probably lean towards no. But with 7 million in circulation, a bullish December could bring this price back to like $15-20. I don't know. Do you think I'm too positive, like optimistic on that for like before end of this month?
Yeah, you're way too optimistic on it. I'm bearish on that whole ecosystem right now. I was bullish on it. So when you first said I was bullish on it, I was never really bullish on the FB token. I was really bullish on the ecosystem. I thought a lot of the East would go play over there, but my opinion changes with data, and the user count over there is so small, and there's no liquidity. People don't like bridging. That's one thing we're seeing. And because like, the only people that are really going to use fractals are Bitcoiners. With the EVM chains like Maryland and stuff like that, you can see. I mean, you saw it today.
Yeah.
People are coming from Base. People are coming from all these other
Arbitrum. They come from BNB. They're familiar with something like Merlin. That's probably why.
Yeah.
And if they had to go to Fractal, then they have to download a new wallet. Then they have to do So I agree with that part.
So you're the only place only liquidity that goes to Fractal comes from Bitcoin. From DotSwap and stuff like that. You're not seeing it come from any other chain. You're not seeing it come from Solana or nothing like that. Fractal seems to be something that is probably 2 years away from truly being usable because of the fact that the FB token is just coming in. We were using DotSwap this morning. We were selling down some CAT in our business portfolio, and because we're trying to get some liquidity to get into party and stuff like that. So we were kind of selling some coins down. And the experience of Cat 20s is just still awful. It's awful. It's not a good experience. So it's not. I mean, I was pissed off this morning because I got stuck in the mempool, and then it was just terrible experience. But now we're kind of I did what I had to do, and now I'm getting ready for the next step. But yeah, I'm just not. It's not bullish on it anymore.
I agree, but I think this is a huge opportunity for UTXO chains, right? For example, like if we could use something like Messen for like bridging from Bells to Fractal, or bridging from Bells to Cardano, bridging from Bells to Doge. So I think there's a huge opportunity right now. But before that, I think the problem is like the builders and devs in the UTXO ecosystem, they're at a step before that. They're trying to figure out their things. And the one thing that's different is EVM has one thing in common amongst all these chains, and it's solidity. And so that's what like the UTXO chains need to come together, the devs, and really have like a UTXO almost like organization or something that says, hey, let's get all our languages similar so we can build these infrastructure tools. Because that is, you're right, no one's going to bridge there except for Bitcoin, because that's the only, unless you do it from a centralized exchange, and that's even more work. So, okay. So let's talk about the price target by the end of this month. Do you think it goes down, or do you think it goes up by December 31st?
I think it stays exactly where it's at. I think it's between
$6-7.
Okay. Yeah, $5 and $7.
I want to say one thing though. You said that you weren't bullish on FB itself, but you're bullish on the chain. And But don't you have to be bullish on the token? Because like, let's say the market cap has to be high enough, because like if you want like another token to be high market cap, it will never pass the main token of the chain. Don't you agree with that?
Yeah, but I was looking for opportunities like 500K market caps, 700K market cap that go to 7 million, right? I was looking for
Gotcha.
those opportunities. I saw a lot of I thought I would see a lot of opportunities and stuff like that. It just never happened. People are just not bridging there, and especially with dot swap, it's super expensive to bridge
Yeah.
from Bitcoin to it's a lot.
So for me, I actually think that fractal FB is the biggest play on the chain of. That's my opinion,
Yeah.
because like without it doing well, I don't see the other tokens really being able to do well. But I do get what you're saying. Like if you were going from a $50,000 market cap, $100,000 market cap to
Yeah.
2 million, that's a huge win, right?
Huge.
But and I think like with stability and stuff, like I don't think buying into fractals is a horrible idea. There's better opportunities, but I see this thing getting to probably $10 before the year up. I don't know. That's just my thought process. Maybe I need to look into the minor sell down a little bit more. But I think if everybody's doing well, I think fractal gets to about $10 before the year's up. But that doesn't mean it doesn't go back down to 6 after that, because I think January is going to be a tricky month. All right.
Yeah. I'm just bearish on it. I just it's for me. I think next bull cycle I'll be bullish on fractal if it can make it there.
Yep. All right, let's move on to stacks. I'm sure there's a couple people in our audience that are excited about this. Maybe if Call Me Hunch is bullish on stacks today, or if he's bearish, I don't know. Kind of flips back and forth. Now we love Hunch. He's been on our show, I think, a couple times. But like stacks,
Yes, yeah.
okay, so if we look at the 7-day, you can see stacks has kind of bounced back up. There was a lot of complaining the past week about, hey, it's just stagnant, it can't get past $2.30, but it did eventually break above, and it got all the way to almost $3. So pretty big win day for stacks on the 4th, which is 2 days ago. Now it's kind of trickling down, just like everything else. Kind of had a little bit bump up and pulled back here. Is sitting at 273. How are you feeling on stacks? I know that you think that like the market cap, you and I both think it's pretty high. So the X's is, something like a 2-3x would be a big win here, because you're getting to 10 billion. But like, do you think this is an opportunity to play, or a safe play?
So stacks falls in the large cap column for me. So obviously, I think Bitcoin's going to run first, then Ethereum, then the large caps, and I think stacks is a part of that. I think stacks gets to $5 by February. I think that's easy for stacks to do because stacks is looked at as a leverage play on Bitcoin. Stacks is looked at as Bitcoin is ran. What's going to run next? I'll go stacks. That's how I see it. It's kind of like what someone in the chat was saying about XLM and XRP. XRP runs first, and then XLM. I see the same thing happening with stacks when it comes to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to get to 115, 120 probably by end of next week, maybe the week after, and then you're probably going to see stacks run the $5.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I think that's definitely fair. That's the one thing about being early. Stacks has kind of taken that Bitcoin like characteristic of being like the first really out there, added to Coinbase and Binance, and trying to do something that's a hedge with Bitcoin, because it came out in like 2015, I think, or 2016. And so there's been more of a cult like following towards the coin than actually what's happening on chain, right? But they have the Nakamoto upgrade, so we'll see what happens there. But I agree with you. I think the token itself, like, there's not a ton of volume on the chain right now, but maybe that increases. But regardless, the token has its loyalty, and we see that. You even see like people from like the founders of Xverse and stuff that really love stacks, right, and have like an emotional connection to it. So, anyways, all right. So Alex is in stacks, and this doesn't look great. This is only on the 24, but let's look at the 7-day. So it has followed stacks, right? If you look at the 7 days, kind of followed stacks here. Would you say Alex is probably that number one play on stacks, or is there something else that's a better play?
So if stacks is a derivative play on Bitcoin, Alex is definitely a derivative play on stacks. I would actually, if you gave me the choice to hold Alex or stacks, I would hold Alex every time. Because very bullish on Alex. It's the number one DeFi platform over there, in my opinion. I'm not a user of it per se, but the people who do use it, have good experiences. And we know a lot of people. BRC20 Coins himself, we know he's in Alex, and he's a very smart trader. And he's very bullish on it too. So there's a lot of Bitcoin ecosystem players that are in this, and I definitely do feel like this is a derivative of the derivative of a derivative, but it could do really, really well.
Yeah. You
Same?
see it. Well, I think at 85 million, like, I don't know what the upside looks like here, but if Stacks is at like $5 billion market cap, $6 billion market cap, I don't see why this couldn't, get to like a $500 million, maybe, if it's also doing like being a part of the innovation as well, right? Like continually being the main swap dex, whatever ordering book there, and then also getting a lot of volume itself, because at the end of the day, if the more that they earn and can show that their revenue has doing well, then I think people will have faith in it. But yeah, I do think it's probably the most branded play there. But there's other stuff, of course, right? But we just probably need to dive into Stacks a little bit more as an ecosystem. All right. Next one up is Merlin chain. We see here, Merlin has had a pretty up and down 24 hours, but if you look at the 7-day, that is pretty much up only, right? We were as far down as 37 cents, and we are kind of chilled and, in this kind of hovering around 49.50 cents. They have right now, they just had that BTC.fun launch. They announced all these Telegram apps that are being utilized with Merlin chain in the back end. And, they definitely stress tested their chain today, because it said that like
it's still down.
The RPC did crash, but it is getting better, they said. But, this is something like they said that they've known that it's been, kind of like a stage type of like, in terms of like a testing type of phase right now for this type of pump fund thing. So we'll see. Anyways, in terms of like the token in general, like like I said, it got all the way down, like let's say even 6 months ago to like, I think it was like 17 cents, and now you see it at almost 50 cents. What do you think in terms like of until the end of this year? Like, what's your high price target here?
I've said it for a long time. I think this is $8. I'm talking
about, but by the end of this year, so December 31st.
This year, we got 21 days left. We got a lot. The Telegram apps are going live. You have BTC. I mean, BTC.fun really going live.
Do you see it getting to $1?
I want to say 80 cents. I want to say 80
cents.
I just think there's going to be a lot of sell pressure coming in from people who are holding from 20 cents. And I just feel like, at the end of the year there, it's going to be low. But I think 80 cents is fair. And then going into next year, maybe January, $1.20, $1.30. And then by the summer, I see it hitting maybe $8.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. I think it actually breaks $1. I think it breaks $1 before the year's up, and then it kind of hovers back and forth between 80 and a little bit over $1. But that is my expectation. None of this financial advice. Again, like we said, any of these things, but that's kind of where I see that. All right, so the next one, I would say the only reason I'm bringing this one in is because it is kind of a part of the ecosystem with the rune coming up right around the corner, and it's going to be a 1-to-1. It looks like it's been a pretty tough sell down for the 24 hours, but it got all the way up to I think 50 cents or something like that. What was the high? No, 48 cents. And now we're sitting at 42. Now the worrisome part for me is there's only 18.57 in circulation, so that's bullish in terms of where it could go. But if you look at where the volume is coming from, it's MinSwap, which is the native DEX on Cardano, but you have MEXC, and then that's it, really, right? Other than those two places, that's where this is being bought up at. Now they do have staking and stuff like that. So let's say the rune gets launched, Q1 of 2025. I think that's the goal, like probably January is what they're thinking. How does that affect this price? Because right now it looks great, but there's going to be people that are staking the pass and getting this token that could bring sell pressure. Like, what is your thought process on something like that?
With something like Fluid, I like to think about potential catalysts. One potential catalyst would be exchanges. If you can see at the bottom there, it's only MEXC and MinSwap, right? There's not many exchanges. Gate has not listed this yet, and so many others have not listed Fluid tokens yet. FLDT is a baby This thing is a baby. This has so much upside, and it's not because they're one of our partners. They're one of our partners because we've seen the upside in their in just the builder alone. And Raul, if I'm just talking to him, we just know he was going to build something special, and that's why we did a partnership with them when no one else would even have them on their show. And now he's has outperformed probably every Cardano project, in my opinion. And so if you and then let's just say Cardano gets to $3. This is a $4 token minimum. This gets between 4 and 40, and I truly believe that. In the next, I mean, let's get to 80 again. Let's get to 80 cents by the end of this year, and it could get to a few bucks early next year. And I think next summer, maybe anywhere between $20 and $40.
Yeah.
This is a potential 100x play.
But it could go either way, right? It could be, you could see sell pressure kind of impacting price, because like I said, there's not a lot of places, but at the same time, so you want to be careful. That's why I'm bringing it up, is like, it has been as low as 5-7 cents, but that's before they started to build up the momentum, building in the Bitcoin ecosystem as well as the Cardano ecosystem. But definitely seems like a bright future. They have the great connections and stuff like that. Excited to see what the future looks like for them. I'm excited for the Rune to be launched, to see how the mechanism is going to work with the bridging and all that stuff. But
I'm excited to see another exchange list them. I'm excited for potential OKX. I think that could definitely be a possibility. So
yep. All right. Also, they're from what we're hearing, they're going to be a part of the Arch network too, with their lending part. So they're going to be on Bitcoin Layer 1, Arch, and Cardano. So they're going to be everywhere, man. And so, yeah, excited about that. All right, the next one here, I think this one's pretty exciting. There was a couple comments in the there's a comment, I think, from Sixes. Was it from Sixes? Mike Bennett. He says Bell's coin price jumped to 107 from 70 cents. Yeah, it was actually 73 cents last night. So there's been this like crazy FUD back and forth between like the Lucky coin team and Bell's coin team, and it seems like maybe it was like intentional, because it got sold down all the way to 73 cents, and then this morning right now it's at $1.12. This thing has shown just like good strength, but also the fact that like it doesn't take a ton to make the price volatile, right? I mean, if you look here, it got all the way up to 187 November 12th, right? It had like a halving event, and then it went down right after the halving event, and then it jumped up all the way to 187, and then it had another halving event, and then that's where it kind of, I think the bottom 73 cents maybe, I don't know, but we're back to 112, and then another last halving event is in July, and that's where the total supply will be kind of set at 70 million, with a 1 million emission drip every month or every year. So I think tokenomics kind of bode well, considering Bell's coin is the coin for the actual entire chain. What's being built over there? I think the best thing is the wallet, the Nintendo wallet that came out of there, right? So that is what I'm seeing in terms of that. I don't know. What's your thoughts on Bell's?
Yeah, I'm definitely bullish on Bell's. The fact that it was at 70 cents 2 days ago or this morning, right? And now it's sitting at $1.12 is absolutely, it just shows you the little bit of liquidity that is needed for this thing to absolutely fly. I think I see Bell's between $60, $70 at the end of the cycle. That's kind of my long-term play. End of this year, I can see it's back at $1.80, $2, if not higher. I think that Bell's is really slept on. I think the Lucky stuff really kind of took the fire out of Bell's, because that community is nuts, and a lot of them have some severe problems, and they kind of flooded Bell's a little bit. But now I think a lot of people are like, oh no, this is beaten down. It's time to get back in. And I truly feel like Bell's, especially with the halving that just happened, another one in June. I mean, this thing is primed for an escape to the north side.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see where this goes. There's a lot of people that are starting to talk about how it's being mass adopted with, Bell's, Litecoin, and Dogecoin being merge mined. So a lot of these mining machines are incorporating that into their marketing, right? So I think that is an indicator that Bell's is going to be around for a very long time, right? So I'm excited to see what the future is, but I do think that they need to the UTXO chains in general just need to have better interoperability with each other, even, like just tech interoperability with each other. And Bell's having Opcat added and Fractal having Opcat. I think that could be a first start, maybe a trust minimized bridge between those two. And I think that would be huge. I'm hoping that happens.
100%.
Yep. And that was the last one that we went over. I think that the ecosystem fungibles are pretty healthy. They're looking really, really good. Let's see. Kimura had a comment. He said, your friends from Protheum Decks have pool liquidity and are kicking multiple people from their Discord and ask difficult questions. When are you guys going to address this rug that you guys promoted? So first of all,
it wasn't a rug.
It's not a rug, number one. And also, we do have contact with that team, so we will talk to them about what you're talking about. But you also said you guys quietly removed them from your partners list, hoping everyone forgets. 100%. We announced that, so you must have not watched that episode. But we said that our partnership changed a bit with them. That's what we said, But we know the founder of the project. Everybody does. It's Ordinal side Sam, right? Everybody knows that, and so I'll reach out to him and see what's going on with it, right? But. And no need to come in all aggressive like that. Just
and when we partnered with them, it was pre-token. They didn't have a token, so how can they quietly rug? We stopped as they launched. We felt like they weren't going to be as successful we thought they were to begin with, but no one really lost any money. And the fact that they pulled liquidity, they didn't pull liquidity from the Protheum Dex one, right? They only did it from the other ones.
Well, I don't know.
So it's like.
Either way, I'm going. Yeah, we can reach out to that team.
I haven't looked into it in a while, so
yeah. I'll reach out to that team and see what's going on there, to see if we can get some answers on that. Because if that's the case, we definitely need to, investigate that a little bit and figure out what's going on there. But Kai Effect also dropped his address, so if you could grab that, Shizzy, so I can add it to the list. Elias Lulu comes in and says, "Is there any alpha on Black Fluid passes? I saw them being stepped. I saw them." I guess she was saying that they saw him before, was above the floor. So I sold one of mine for 0.01 and gonna sweep gray and orange ones now. But am I missing something? So the way that the staking will work for these passes, they're going to be tiered, right? So the lowest level will have kind of the lowest amount stakeable back, and then the second medium will just go like that. It'll tier the 3 tiers. So of course the highest tier, the most rare one, will see the best kind of yield for the staking for the fluid runes. So that's how I would look at that. All right, Kenta says, crazy how we need KOLs to save the price of bells. Look, actually, we were talking to Adam McBride the other day. Like, you guys don't need KOLs. Like, the fact that the mining community has accepted bells as a token that is mineable and a part of like a mining economy, I think the bells community is overthinking things. They're just overthinking it because the price can, like I said, it could get dented really quick either way. You're seeing it jump up now. People are going to continually purchase these miners. Shoot, like Ordinal Revolution might get a couple for us as a like a treasury thing, just to because it's merge mining, Litecoin, Dogecoin, and bells. Why wouldn't you get into something like that? But anyways, so yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about that. Of course, continue to do your own research there. Augustine Gray said, did winners of Wheel Spin get the Merle yet? Yeah, I don't know if they got it. I'm gonna follow up with that, but we did send the list over. And so that should be good to go. You probably should see that in your wallet. So check that, but we will double check on that as well.
And real quick, base case for bells is the same base case for Doge. It's just going to take one billionaire to come in and say bells is funny for it to really fly. So I don't know.
Yeah, except for the tokenomics, I think bode well for like the price action on it for a shorter period of time. But I mean, Doge had so much momentum and stuff behind it last time. There was Zapresi says BTC Frog or Bitcoin Frog or 90 bitmaps. How much are bitmaps right now?
0.004.
Was that $30?
Yeah, about that.
So 2,700. Oh man, I don't know. I might
0.004. Sorry, 3 zeros.
Okay. Yeah. That's it. Well, I don't know. I probably would do the bitmaps and maybe bridge over and trade them for bitmap tokens.
Yeah.
I don't know. What would you do?
I would definitely go with the frog. I don't know. I want to get into one thing real quick. Go to the 7-day here. So Tuesday's a big day, and if there was anything that you were trying to front run the people coming in for, give me 3 tokens that you would buy. Before you have to buy them before Tuesday. You have to buy them this weekend, potentially, and hold them long term. I'm talking real long term. I'm talking to the end of the bull run, September and November type of style. Which 3 are you holding from the entire runes section?
BDC. I mean, if I can pick and I have
Can't sell. Yeah.
And then BDC, dog, and pups.
Okay.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy,
Yup.
easy.
Me, I'd probably go a little bit more degen though. Just for the fact that the upside is there for them, but maybe not. I don't know. What would you guys do? Put it in the chat. I'd love to know what you guys would pick going forward to hold maybe before Tuesday. That could really erupt. I mean, really erupt. But let us know.
Yep.
He said they are rugging 100%. You guys wouldn't have the balls to call it out.
Yes,
Dude,
we
shut the fuck
100%.
up, dude.
We would
Fuck you.
100%. We would 100% call them out if that was the case.
You
But,
don't know my character, bro. Shut the fuck up. The fuck. Sorry, I'm gonna end it with that. Dude, we have done nothing but greatness for our community, man. You can F off, dude. Seriously. Well, thank you for coming in. Thank you for showing support for the show. You're an amazing number for us for our data point.
Anyways, it doesn't matter. Like, we're gonna keep moving forward, and you just seem like an emotional person, honestly. But it's okay. Probably just take some time off and just chill out and figure out what's actually going on. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, Mike Bennett saying 100K BTC is gonna break 100K again. And then
Francis was right.
Stop reading his stuff.
He's a joke. This dude's a clown. He needs to pay off his goddamn freaking debt and stop being such a loser. But God.
Anyways, yeah. So I think that it happens too heading into the weekend. I think that we probably breach right at 100K and probably get into maybe back to 103, but that's where I think the limit is for the weekend. And so hopefully that's the case. But if we hang around, 98, 99,000, 97 to 99,000, then I'm fine with that because we know where it's going. That's
100K by Tuesday.
Yep.
100K by Tuesday.
And I think that's gonna wrap it up, man. Is there anything else you feel like we missed?
Oh shit, we're at 100K right now.
Okay,
we definitely missed that.
Well, we definitely missed that.
We're officially at 100K, guys. Not by Tuesday, by right now. Shout out to you guys, man. 100K. We are here. Yep. Let's get it. All right. We're gonna have Adam McBride on in 20 minutes, guys. But then after that, we're gonna go right back to you guys. We're gonna be doing a members only live video. If you guys are a member of ours, tune in for that. If you have access to that, it's gonna be fun. You guys can ask us any question you really want, anything you guys want to know. We're gonna be showing our road to 100K portfolio. We're going to be showing, what we're doing with the party, and we're going to be getting into any question you guys have. Tune in at 2:30 Eastern time for that. It's going to be fun. And, on Sunday, we'll probably put out the Bells video with Adam, Bells Corner, episode 6. It's going to be exciting. So tune into that on Sunday and our 2:30 event today.
Yep. All right, guys. We appreciate all 297 of you guys watching us. If you guys do have a little bit of extra time and wouldn't mind checking out our partners, Emblem Vault is going to be the interoperability tool of the Bitcoin ecosystem. You're going to be able to jump your ordinals from layer 1 to, Merlin to everywhere, Solana, Ethereum. So check those guys out. They're also working on this AI agent wallet that you're going to be able to, give commands to LLM. So that's going to be really exciting. You can learn more about them at emblem.vision. We also just released, did we release it? A pre-record with Jake
please.
and Adam from Emblem Vault. I highly would suggest you guys looking into that. The tokenomics is broken down into their emblem keys that will be released later this year. So check those guys out. And then you have BetBTC, the predictions market of the Bitcoin ecosystem. They utilize ICP and Bitcoin technology for you guys to be able to place bets for the Bitcoin ecosystem. They have markets like that are related to Bitcoin. They also have this new market that has to do with Ansem and betting market with Ansem and BitBoys fight. I think that's tonight, right?
Yes, tonight. Yep.
So you might have some time to get into that one. That one's going to be interesting. But if you have your Xverse wallet and you have Bitcoin in there, you can actually deposit. It takes 6 blocks, but you can deposit directly from there. Check them out at betbtc.win. They will have a rune in the future coming out, and you can earn points by just utilizing the platform right now. So I highly recommend you guys at least like utilizing the platform to earn points, if anything, because you get 50 points for signing up. And then BitPerp is the perpetual leverage DEX of the Bitcoin ecosystem. They will be launching on Botonics here in the next 3 days with their paper trading competition from December 9th through the 20th. That's how long it's going to last. Whoever has the top P&L is going to qualify for a chance of 10,000 USDT and 50,000 BTP. So make sure you check these guys out. They're going to be adding runes and other Bitcoin Layer 1 assets once they go mainnet, which should be in Q1. So look out for these guys at bitperp.io. Ordinal Hive is an aggregator Ordinal marketplace. You're going to be able to find the cheapest Ordinals on Bitcoin Layer 1 and Layer 2. They scaled out to Merlin Chain as well. You can learn more about them at beta.ordinalhive.io. You can also earn points by listing, buying, and selling on their platform. You go to their Discord if your address is not whitelisted yet, and then they'll add you to the website for you to start earning points right away. Fluid Tokens is the staking platform for Bitcoin Layer 1. Retail users will be able to stake their ordinals. If you are a collection founder of an ordinal collection or runes, or probably BRC20 is coming up as well, reach out to Raul, which is the CTO of Fluid Tokens, to where you're going to be able to have your holders stake to earn whatever you have a reward for them. So definitely reach out to them. And if you can't get through to Raul, reach out to us. We'll get you hooked up. And then Foxy is building the metaverse of Bitcoin, the Bitverse, and they also have their bit miners. If you need a bit miner, you can mint them at mscribe. And right now, I think the Ultra Mythic has a campaign going on to where you can earn Dog Go to the Moon rune. So make sure that you're maintaining your bit miners. They also have the first-person shooter game in Clan Wars. And then finally, guys, Merlin Chain, your #1 scaling solution for Bitcoin native L1 assets and protocols. If you are a founder, a builder, and you want your protocol to be more scalable, more flexible, reach out to Merlin Chain. Apply for their builder grant. A couple of our partners applied and got approved, so it's definitely possible. You just definitely have to be a serious builder and want to innovate there. So it doesn't hurt to apply for that. Also, they have great builder support. We've seen it firsthand. And if you're a user, you can trade, wrap Bitcoin for the Bitmap token, rune token, and also for Doggo the Moon rune token on merlinswap.org. And we thank you guys for checking out our partners.
Yep. If you guys wouldn't mind running over to ordinalrevolution.com, we have some of the best articles dating all the way back to last year. If you know someone just entering the space, please send them our website. We really feel like it can help them and get them started. And why won't it go? There it goes. Show my screen here. Ordinalrevolution.com. Dude, why didn't it go? It's stuck on the Bitcoin chart. Bitcoin's flying and it just will not. There it is. Ordinalrevolution.com. If you guys need a VPN for the Magic Eden airdrop, it is not your country that is stopping you from claiming your points or your diamonds, but it is actually Magic Eden itself. Don't let them stop you from getting what you truly deserve. Use a VPN, NordVPN, 70% off coupon right here. If you guys are going to Bitcoin Vegas 2025, we have tickets cheaper. The earlier you buy them, the cheaper it is. And then, you not want to wait till next year to get your tickets. Get them as soon as possible. If you guys looking for merch, we have some of the best merch in all the crypto, not just ordinals. Check it all out here in the store. We got hoodies, hats, jackets, school bags, whatever you guys need. Really appreciate all 300 of you guys, man. Thank you guys so much for a Friday. Really appreciate you guys. Tune in all next week, guys. We have amazing videos. We have a video with Bound stablecoin coming out, a video with BitPerp coming out, and a video with Adam McBride coming out all next week, guys. We have so much content for you guys. Really appreciate every single one of you guys. And We are live Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific, and 4 p.m. UTC. Check us out all week. And on that note, we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
We OG, we OG, oh no OG. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Rooms is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro. Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, lock it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nookies on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me.